Hi ladies, I shared this on my main page and I wanted to share it with you here as well, in this understanding of truly whatever you think is possible, whether you think you can do something or you think you can't do something, you are going to prove yourself right. Let me say that again. Whether you think you can do something or whether you think you cannot do something, you will prove yourself right. And for example, this has come up in a couple of different ways, which is interesting to me, because I just the way my brain looks, I look for patterns. And so it's come up in my surroundings a couple times from different aspects of life where somebody is in a position where they start to have self-doubt, or they start to, we all have moments of self-doubt. But when it is hindering you from doing, like being in action for yourself, that is when you get to solve for it. And the awareness of it is where it all begins. So if you catch yourself feeling like, I'm not sure if I can do it, I'm not sure if I can commit to that, I'm not sure if I have time for that, I'm not sure if that's really possible for me, wherever, whatever it might be, your brain is then going to say, okay, you win. And so when you decide that you really want to do something, I talked about this also in the video called Shift that is somewhere down below, but when you decide you really want to do something, when you decide something is for your highest good and you want to move in that direction, there might be a lot of evidence that your brain, your mind is creating as to why you don't have time, why you're too busy, why it won't work for you, why, whatever, right? All the reasons that it's trying to tell you not to, but it is something that you logically want. You just have all of this stuff, stinking thinking coming up, telling you why you can't, shouldn't, whatever it might be, right? It may be impossible. I don't want to say it's impossible. It may be hard for you to go from all of these reasons that your mind's giving you that you can't do it to like, yes, I'm fully committed and I'm so excited. So the in-between to be able to get you to be in action for yourself and move away from the fear and the doubt is get curious and ask, what if it was possible? What would it look like? And when you do that, you now give your mind, your brain, a target to create solutions for what if it is possible. But if you allow kind of the automated thoughts of all the reasons why you shouldn't or couldn't or now's not a good time or what have you, if you allow all those automated thoughts to take over and you allow that to be your focus, your mind is going to find more of that and create more of it for you. Remember, our mind is literally like a computer. And so it searches your memory, your database, all of the possibilities for whatever it thinks you're looking for. I know it sounds crazy. Just trust me on this part because I don't have time to go into the science of it all today. So when your mind is then focusing on all that, it's going to stay in that pattern. And then your actions stay in the same patterns you've always done. And those patterns aren't serving you if it's in fact something that you're trying to like, if that's the reason why you want to take action for yourself. Make sense so far? So the in-between step is getting curious. The in-between step is like, well, what if it was possible? What if I did create a way? If I really want to do this, how can I make that happen? And continue to ask yourself. You spent so much time over here and you may have a lot of evidence as to why it hasn't worked in the past or why you've struggled to follow through for yourself in the past or whatever it is, or why it's logistically you do feel like being busy is valid or it's a very real thing. Your schedule is super tight. And I get all of that. And I'm just telling you based on my experience and having worked with clients over the last couple of decades and just even on a business level from peers and mentors, all that kind of stuff. When we start looking for solutions, it gives our mind, like we are creative way makers. We create solutions when we decide we really need to create a solution. The challenge is that this sense that there's so much more to it. There's sense of urgency. There's a lot of things going on, blind spots, what have you. So let me just stay with this moment is that if you really want to be in action for yourself and you want to be over here doing something, and right now you're being pulled into all of the lists that your mind is giving you as to why now's not a good time, or I don't want to make the investment right now, or I have failed before, I'm afraid I'm going to fail again. All of that is super valid, so give your space for that. And also choose to believe, what if it is possible? What if this time is different? What if this time I create a way? What would it look like if I created a way? What would it look like if I tried to create time? What would it look like if I tried to create the investment? What would it look like if I tried to like live a healthy and fit lifestyle versus jumping from fad diet to fad diet, right? What would it look like if I chose to do that? And allow your mind to solve for that. What resources do you need? What support do you need? What could you change? Like all this, like your mind will start solving for that. So then you get closer to here. Make sense? All right. And honestly, you can use that framework for anything that you are deciding for. Make sense? All right. I would love to hear your comments below. Enjoy an amazing day. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.